What's up, guys? This is Taylor from Miscellaneous Ape. I just wanted to make a quick prediction video. LDS General Conference 2020, April 2020 is this weekend, and I just wanted to put out a quick video, some of my predictions. 3 predictions that I think are going to happen, and then 3 things that are kind of rumored to happen, but I doubt. I don't think they're going to happen. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I think is going to happen is they're going to lower the proxy baptism age from 12 to 8. So that will allow 8-year-olds to go to the temple to do baptisms for the dead. The reason why I think that they're going to do that is the church likes things to be streamlined, and they like continuity, and having children able to be baptized for themselves at 8, but not as a proxy until they're 12, it's just another thing to manage. And so I think having everything streamlined is something that they like to do. And it's a very simple, easy thing, and there's not a lot of reasons not to do it. So I think that that's going to happen. The second thing that I think that you're going to see is that the church is going to release a standardized account of the first vision. And again, that goes back to continuity. Right now, the only one that we really refer to as canon is the 1838 account. But they're already starting to use other accounts in videos of the first vision. They're starting to pull from different accounts. And so I think they obviously can't obfuscate and deny the existence of these other accounts anymore. They haven't been able to for decades. It's out. So they might as well embrace it all as truth, instead of having to say, no, this is the only one that we believe is the official version. I think you're going to see them start to pull, just like they have in videos, pull from all these different accounts. And you're either going to see them openly reference multiple accounts or make a composite of all of these accounts and then standardize that as the first vision that is taught and that is referenced for missionary work and things like that. So that's the second one. The third one is something that I think you're mainly going to see due to current events with COVID-19. I think you're going to see a lot more talk about preparedness and food storage. I'm going to put a chart in this video showing the drop-off and the peaks with the terms food storage were mentioned in previous general conferences, and it has not been mentioned with any meaningful frequency for years. And so I think you're going to see them start to get out there and re-emphasize those things, which is kind of funny because if they're supposed to have revelatory abilities, you would think that in the preceding 3, 4, 5 years that God would give them a heads up and let them know to bring back food storage and preparedness back to the forefront of conference talks and things that are preached. And that just simply has not been the case, and the numbers will reflect that. Another aspect of preparedness that I think you're going to see them mention is tithing. Even in this period of economic destruction that we're all witnessing, I think they're going to get out there and they're going to ask for people to be full tithe payers. When all of these companies are putting moratoriums on bills and late payments and late fees and interest and things like that, I don't think you're going to see a moratorium on asking for tithing. They're going to get out there and they're going to still hammer that home as a means of protection from the Lord, because you really have to pay 10% to these guys to be in a better position than those who didn't pay 10%. That's reasonable. So those are the 3 things I think are going to happen. Lowering of the proxy baptism age, a standardized first vision account, and re-emphasis on preparedness. Now, the three things that I think are not going to happen that have been rumored to happen are pretty much continually rumored to happen every time conference comes around. The first one is the removal of coffee and tea from the Word of Wisdom. I always doubt this rumor. Every time it comes up at this point, it's kind of a running joke. I don't think that's ever going to happen, mainly because the leadership in the church are not interested in acknowledging errors, especially errors that make them look silly. And I think if I had to put myself in their shoes, I think there's some that kind of know that it's a ridiculous thing to deny people, to say that there's some measurable spiritual consequence to drinking things like coffee and tea. It's just preposterous. The entire world knows that outside of Mormondom. But they're just not going to walk that one back. It's just not going to happen. The church has experienced so much embarrassment and backlash over the past several years, past decade or more, and they're not going to invite that by removing one of the hallmark characteristics of being a member of the church, which is abstinence from coffee and tea. It just won't happen. The second thing I think will not happen, that's been rumored to happen, is a decanonization of the Pearl of Great Price, or relegating it from canon to kind of helpful, inspired writings. I don't think that's going to happen, for the same reason I don't think coffee and tea will be removed from the Word of Wisdom, and that's they're not in the business of acknowledging errors. They're not in the business of saying, yeah, we got this one wrong, or past leaders got this wrong. Because if you say that, a leader, a prophet 2 generations ago got this horribly wrong, then, why should we trust you, right? So I don't think that they're going to do that. I think it just brings too much backlash to say, yeah, this has been scripture for decades and decades, and now it's just kind of like good stuff to read, but it's not really part of the canon. I don't think you're going to see that happen, especially after the effort that was put into the gospel topic essays defending the Pearl of Great Price and everything that that is involved with it. You're not going to see them walk that one back. The third thing, this is kind of funny that people even bring this up. A reinstitution of plural marriage for leaders or members. People, at least from what I've read, what I've heard, because plural marriage or polygamy was essentially decriminalized in Utah, you're going to see the church bring that back. Again, the outcry and the backlash that and the fallout that would come from something like that is something that the church is just not at all interested in. And I don't see them changing their stance on that ever. Just too much. So the three things I don't think are going to happen: coffee and tea being removed from the Word of Wisdom, not going to happen. Downgrading the Pearl of Great Price from inspired scripture to just good writings to read and to ponder over, not going to happen. And the reinstitution of plural marriage, just not going to happen. So there you go. Those are my three predictions for things I think are going to happen. And then the three things that others are predicting or are rumored to happen that I don't see happening. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and share. And we'll see what happens this weekend. Thank you.